There are amazing games coming out for Xbox One in the coming months. Whether you own an Xbox One S, 4K ready Xbox One X, or one of the newly released next generation consoles, most games work across them all. We have rounded up the Xbox One games. We are looking forward to the most for you to get excited about too. So before jumping into the video, if you haven't given your love to that subscribe button, make sure to do that, and let's get started. On number 1 we have the Battlefield 2042. The next big Battlefield game is on the way, returning to modern times and bringing new destruction and carnage to the table. It will only be able to run 64-player servers on Xbox One, compared to double that on Xbox Series X, but that should still be more than enough to enable you to create some truly crazy moments. And the next one is Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is going to be a big game for Xbox Series X, but will also be coming out for Xbox One, meaning that almost anyone can play it, plus it will be on Game Pass from day one. The game will put players back in the hallowed Spartan armor of Master Shape, and he combats the Banished, a new threat to humanity, and promises more freedom than any recent game in the series, with huge levels and the choice of how and when to tackle your objectives.
I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't.
And the next one is Dying Light 2. The first Dying Light offers an excellent blend of parkour, first-person combat, and more than a touch of role-playing. We have even bigger hopes for the sequel, which looks to add a dynamic world to the mix. The characters and circumstances change depending on your actions, a potentially great concept. The next outing also seemingly promises a world that changes based on your choices, so you will have much more influence on the world around you. The new trailer also appears to show various factions of humans fighting it out for supremacy, so there will be more than just brain chompers to worry about.
There is hope.
And coming up next, we have the Microsoft Flight Simulator. The next update to Microsoft's Flight Simulator series is coming to consoles eventually. Flight Simulator has already hit PC, but is coming to Xbox One as well. Flight Simulator promises players the freedom to create their own flight plane and jet off anywhere in the world, flying day and night against realistic weather conditions. And the next one is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. After a decade and a half, we are finally getting a sequel to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Similarly, a first-person RPG, it will put you in the shoes of a bloodsucker ready to wreak havoc for mortals and the vampiric alike. We can't wait.
But truth is, most of you types won't even make it a whole year.
Smart enough to do it well. Talk to him about coming to see us, and no one needs to know.
I'm happy to see you accepted my invitation. All I need you to do is to find...
And the next one is Psychonauts 2. Double Fine Studios were at E3 2019 showing off gameplay footage for Psychonauts 2, alongside the announcement that the company is joining Xbox Game Studios. Psychonauts 2 has been a long time coming, but will no doubt have fans of the series thoroughly excited. Psychonauts 2 tells the story of Rasputin Equata, a gifted acrobat with psychic powers, as he fulfills his lifelong goal of becoming an international psychic super spy. In other words, a psychonaut, Raz joins the Psychonauts at a dangerous time. A mole has infiltrated the organization and is planning to resurrect history's most cruelly powerful psychic villains. Not knowing who to trust, Raz must dive into the history of the Psychonauts and that of his own family to fight the demons of their shared past. And coming up next, we have the 12 Minutes, which is an interactive thriller where your character is stuck in a time loop. A romantic evening with your wife is interrupted by a police detective rudely entering your home, accusing your wife of murder and then beating you to death. Things get interesting when time starts all over again and you're forced to suss out what's happening and how to stop it. 12 Minutes should certainly make for an awesome game experience.
I didn't do anything!
We're here to help. Don't. This happened before.
What are you talking about? I love you. You have to believe me. Stop! No.
And the next one is Skulls and Bones. If there's a game to starkly contrast the jovial pirates of the recently released Sea of Thieves, then, well, Ubisoft has hit the nail on the head with Skull and Bones. This multiplayer battle game takes you to the seas where you'll need to play cooperatively with others to sink competitors' ships and abscond with loot.
Fast.
And coming up next, we have the Rainbow Six Extraction. There's a new threat coming to the world in the form of a mutated alien parasite that's infecting people and wreaking havoc on the planet. Your team is sent to save the day. There's a 3-player tactical co-op, frame per second, where you will be teaming up to battle it out against the environmental and survive unpredictable missions.
First,
We're not done yet. VIP down.
And the next one we have LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. It seems that a new LEGO game is coming out at some point soon. This new platformer is not just a remaster of the previous LEGO Star Wars games. It promises hundreds of different characters and different levels throughout. It's been pitched as a brand new LEGO video game, unlike any other, with fun-filled adventures and plenty of humor too.
I'm from the Resistance. Your sister Leia sent me. We need your help.
In the next one we have Tunic. Looking like a cross between the SNES Zelda games and Monument Valley, Tunic is a cute, isometric adventure game with exploration and puzzles at its heart. Very much an indie game to watch. In the next one we have Starfield. Touted as Skyrim in space, Starfield will be the first new intellectual property from Bethesda Softwares in many a year. We don't expect to see anything about it until 2021 at least. And the next one is the Elder Scrolls 6. Yup, it's just music and a logo, but does not it make the hairs on your arms stand or end like it does ours? And the next one is Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's been more than 15 years since the original game, so this sequel has us excited more than most. We still haven't seen much of the gameplay yet, but the CGI effects are quite simply jaw-dropping. What's more, you can have some of your music or artwork included in the game. And the last one is Elden Ring. Another cracking game revealed at E3 2019 was Elden Ring, a game co-written by Games of Thrones George R.R. Martin and developed by From Software. As if that was not enough, it's also said to be an action RPG in the style of Dark Souls. If that's not enough to get your pulse racing, then what is? That said, we have heard so little about it since that its release date is anyone's guess.